Welcome to Pets in Paradise TV. Here's what's on this episode. We'll witness how one dog's incredible journey home survived the odds. Then we head to Maui, where one man's love for animals actually saved the love of his life. Plus, a surfing swine sensation takes to the waves, and more. Pets in Paradise TV starts now. Welcome to Pets in Paradise TV. In our first story, we'll discover how one dog's love for his owner helped him survive a 12-hour swim through waters known for its shark population. But first, let's head to Kaneohe Bay to set the scene. Located on the east side of the Hawaiian island of Oahu, Kaneohe Bay was formed in ancient times when a volcano cataclysmically slid into the ocean depths, leaving behind a steep, jagged mountain range on land, and the bay itself, which is the largest sheltered body of water in the main Hawaiian Islands, 8 miles long and up to 40 feet deep. If you like rooting for the underdog, then this story is perfect. It has everything you'd find in a Hollywood thriller: a dark and stormy night, jagged reefs, and sharks lurking in the shadows. Up against all of this, one brave pup who was determined to find his way back home. It all began innocently enough: a man, his little dog, and a boat.
Duke usually sits in the foredeck of the boat. He kind of acts like a lookout up there and looks around.
Duke is a mixed-breed Chihuahua, a breed known to be lively and adventurous.
We had lots of great road trips with Duke until the winter day in 2008, where we had a little incident.
Up until now, Duke's biggest challenge was how to scratch those hard-to-reach places. That was about to change.
I had just purchased a new head sail, and I was anxious to try it out, so we was late. I wanted to catch the open sea. The weather out there was real rough, and I wanted to see how she would handle, how she would do going out the Sampan Channel.
On Kaneohe Bay, a sailor has to always be watching the horizon for changing weather conditions. A rain squall can appear in minutes, where winds can go from 0 to 40 miles an hour in a heartbeat.
It was getting rougher as we were going out. It was getting kind of choppy, and weather was getting worse and blowing harder. Halfway out there, about 3 miles offshore, I did an accidental jibe. Honey!
An accidental jibe happens when the wind shifts in such a way that the stern of the boat accidentally passes through the eye of the wind. This causes the main boom to violently swing across to the other side of the boat. Duke, weighing just barely 12 pounds, was knocked off the boat by the force of the shifting sail.
I didn't realize he'd gone over. I was adjusting my sails, and then I realized the dog was gone. My wife said, "Where's Duke?" And no dog. So I immediately dropped sails and commenced a search pattern, going back and forth. I fired up the engine, getting darker and darker and darker, and we couldn't find him.
4 miles from shore with the sun setting, Duke was in trouble. Besides simply doggy paddling for his life, Kaneohe Bay is one of the world's largest nursing grounds for hammerhead sharks. Duke's frantic splashing would have been like ringing a dinner bell for any nearby sharks.
And we just kind of thought he would be shark bait. We just didn't think he'd make it.
With darkness settling in, Walter had to stop his search pattern, reluctantly turning his boat toward the docks and home, heartbroken and resigned to the fact that Duke was lost at sea.
It was just too dark. We couldn't see him, we couldn't hear him, and so we just gave up the search, turned on our masthead light and our running lights, and headed home, and with a heavy heart, of course.
This toy-sized pooch would need a miracle to have a happy ending to this tale.
So next day at noon, about noontime, the harbor master calls and says, "Your dog just swam up on a boat ramp."
That's right. Duke, named after legendary Hawaiian waterman and Olympic swimmer Duke Kahanamoku, swam an estimated 5 miles over 18 hours to reach shore. Now, Chihuahuas are known to be active. Daily walk is enough for them. Walter has a theory of what his heroic pup did after being thrown into the water.
What makes that so amazing is what he did was follow my masthead light all the way into the harbor. And how he swims is bouncing up and down, like he's trying to climb out of the water. So he had to bounce up and down all night long and half the next day, remembering where my masthead light, and then followed me into the harbor. He was fine. It's like he'd never been, wasn't breathing hard or anything, just glad to see us.
To make sure there's no sequel to the story, Duke is now equipped with a canine life vest. Coming up later in the show, find out why Kama is much more than just some pig. Meet Phoenix. He's a mix of two breeds. Take a look and see if you can figure out what two breeds he is. Phoenix is obviously playful and very alert. He's a natural with sheep. He plays hard, but he does like to cool off. Can you guess what Phoenix is? It turns out that the two breeds that make up Phoenix are similar, the Border Collie and the Kelpie. Both are dogs that have been bred to herd and manage livestock, particularly sheep. The Border Collie, originally from England and Scotland, is known for being very smart and considered by some to be the most intelligent of all dogs. The Australian Kelpie has also been bred to work livestock and is noted for his ability to work with little or no command guidance. A Kelpie can drive a herd of livestock long distances in extreme climate conditions. In addition to sheep, Kelpies also work well with cattle, goats, pigs, and even poultry. Now you know Phoenix, a Border Collie, and a Kelpie. Coming up, more Pets in Paradise. Now, more Pets in Paradise TV. You may have heard the phrase Maui no Ka'oi. It means Maui is the best. Long regarded as a favorite destination for humans, Maui is also a haven for many other species.
Aloha! Welcome to the Boo Boo Zoo! I'm Sylvan, and this is our place of refuge for all of Maui's orphan, injured, and sick animals. Come on in and let me show you around.
This particular facility, also known as the East Maui Animal Refuge, is an all-volunteer, no-kill, nonprofit sanctuary for injured or orphaned animals.
And these are our kids running around the house. Most of the animals here were brought because they were orphans from hunters, like that little guy there. This one here was blind. This one right here is arthritic, and when she lays down, she can't always get back up. Oh, George was just found in somebody's backyard out in the country one day. George is a character. Doogie was brought as a baby because he also was born blind. And he's a lover. Yes, he's a lover, I know.
Luckily for these animals, Sylvan has an unlimited supply of love and aloha, and his nurturing ways extend far beyond the animal world.
Met my wife Susie 30 years ago. She was the girl next door. We were living in a condo in Malaya. And then I found out that she had come to the islands to live out her life because she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Part of the treatment was that Susie had a very strong mental drive to survive. So knowing that she was most happy when she had sick little critters to take care of, I started collecting sick little critters for her to take care of, and that was her occupational therapy. Occupational therapy became our addiction.
And as it turns out, that drive was found in helping those who, just like her, need the best prescription that all the money in the world couldn't buy: love. So together they began adopting animals who needed some TLC as part of her occupational therapy. And as it turns out, for all they gave and continue to give, they received something much more valuable. Susie has been cancer-free for almost 30 years.
You may notice that there are all kinds of species that are freely mingling with each other, and everyone seems to get along just fine. That is mainly because they are each one brought in a life-threatening situation. There are some things you got to be careful of, like the aviary where we have the wild birds here. We try not to bring the cats in. We do have 90 cats. Right here is one of our 15 owls. and this is Athena. And Athena was brought because she's blind. She was hit by a car.
Known as one of several ancestral spirits, or Aumakua in Hawaiian culture, the pueo can be found on all the major Hawaiian islands, but their numbers are dwindling. Although known as a skillful hunter, the pueo has succumbed to man-made hazards, from the pollution on our air to the bright lights of passing cars.
We take in everything from exotics to everyday birds. We have a lot of doves and mynah birds.
And in the aviary, the door is always open for customers to come and go as they please.
Back here is primarily the cat area, and here are where we keep the ones that are going through some kind of medical treatment right now. That's Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones was brought because he was diagnosed to be epileptic. We have 90 cats right now, all of which have come because they were either orphaned, injured, sick, something wrong with them. We also have our dirtier area, which we can't do anything about because that's where the pigs live. This area right here is potbelly pigs. A lot of people get them as pets and find that they just are too much and too big to be a house pet.
And that's because the only way to keep these guys miniature is to feed them a specialized diet.
They don't usually get that big because usually the farmers slaughter them after a year. We are giving back now, taking care of all of these guys, trying to save their lives the way they saved ours.
Today, this Pied Piper of the animal world continues to be a savior for the island's injured and abandoned animals. Another reason to say, Maui no Kaoi. A mixed breed dog is usually referred to as a mutt, but in Hawaii, they've got a special name for a dog of many breeds. Can you guess what a mutt is called in Hawaii? A coconut dog, B, a poi dog, or C, a beach dog. If you picked B, poi dog, you're right. Poi is usually associated with the edible paste made from pounding the taro root. But in this case, it's because in Hawaii history, there was a breed of dog that ate poi. Unfortunately, the dog itself was used as food until foreigners arrived and ended the practice. The breed eventually became extinct, but the name lived on and is now used to describe any mixed breed dog. Coming up, more Pets in Paradise. There are over 500 dog breeds. In this segment, we like to focus on just one and learn all about it. And today, it's all about the French Bulldog. The French Bulldog, the Frenchie, is an ancient breed. It really started in Greece. They were bred with other dogs. The Mastiff was developed. But the Bulldog also made its way to France after the Industrial Revolution and were bred with terriers, which made the breed smaller. So the term French Bulldog is not really correct. But in France, they were considered highly fashionable and were sought after by high society. In the United States, they were prized by society ladies too, and were first introduced at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in 1896. And because the Frenchie has restricted airway capacity, they're unable to stay cool in some conditions, and that's why many airlines will not allow Frenchies to board. Airline cargo spaces where animals are kept experience extreme temperatures while sitting on the runway. Frenchies are also known for developing back and spinal problems, plus some eye diseases, including cataracts and glaucoma. In addition to their owners loving the breed because of their easy maintenance and temperament, lots of famous people have made the French Bulldog their pet of choice. They've even made it to Hollywood a number of times, starring in the movie Bored to Death and the TV show Modern Family. And now you know all about the Frenchies. If you're going to Hawaii on vacation and thinking about taking your pet along, you better do your homework. Taking your pet along with you on your Hawaii vacation is not going to be easy. Hawaii is the only state in the country that does not have rabies, and they want to keep it that way. Hawaii's quarantine law states that any dog or cat must have passed a series of tests before arriving in the islands or face a mandatory 120 days in quarantine. Those tests include proof of rabies vaccination, having a timely rabies blood test, and they must have a microchip. If all the tests are met, pets can be released to owners in 5 days or less. So it's not really practical to take Fluffy on vacation. Coming up, more Pets in Paradise. Welcome to Pets in Paradise TV, and we invite you to sit back and enjoy this sublime surfing swine. When you hear the word pig, you might think of this, or even this. But a surfing pig? Well, that's a new one. Meet Kama, the surfer sensation. Kama was abandoned by his parents when he was just a little guy, and that's when Kai-Hol found him wandering around a campground and took him under his wing.
He was like about this small when we got him, probably less than a week old. Yeah, we just bottle fed him for about a month, and then he started eating hard food.
Kai has Kama on a vegetarian diet to keep him in top surfing shape.
The past 2-3 months, he's probably gained about 30 pounds, maybe 40, which makes it a little more challenging out there in the surf. But we love a challenge. It's fun.
Feeding your pet pig a healthy diet is very important. A lot of pigs tend to get quite overweight. So the best food for them is a well-balanced pig pellet, as well as a variety of fresh vegetables and maybe a little bit of fruit as a treat as well.
The original Polynesian pig arrived with the ancient Hawaiian settlers. The pigs we see today are a cross between the Polynesian pig and the European boar. They were popular for hunting and food, but now are becoming increasingly popular as companions.
We're seeing more and more people having pigs as pets. This is Penelope. Pigs can definitely be affectionate. They demonstrate their affection in a little bit of a different way than dogs, but they do enjoy being scratched, and they're very, very companionable and sociable.
What started as an accident turned into fate. At just 1 week old, Kama fell into his backyard swimming pool, but instead of needing to be rescued, Kama was a natural in the water. Soon enough, he was following Kai to the beach and jumping onto his board.
He likes it when it's like 3 to 4 feet Hawaiian style, flying down the line, wave hog coming through.
It's kind of funny, the saying, sweat like a pig, doesn't actually apply to pigs that well. They don't sweat. That's why you'll often find them rolling around in the mud to cool down, although they will also enjoy a nice dip in a kiddie pool full of clean water.
Kama has found his calling and a better way to stay cool.
It's been a trip. Like everywhere we go, people know him, so it's hard to go anywhere with him.
The media has picked up on this awesome surfing swine. News of Kama's surfing skills is spreading viral through social media and blogs worldwide. Kama now has several surfing sponsorships and gets calls all the time. Everyone wants a piece of this piggy.
Everybody's jumping on the Kama train, and it's a blast. See how long it lasts. But Kama, he's a ham. He loves that stuff.
The average lifespan of a pot-bellied pig would be about 12 to 15 years if they're well cared for. They don't get fleas, but they can get mange, which is easily treated. Pigs are highly intelligent. They're thought to be probably maybe the 3rd smartest animal. They do need to get their hooves trimmed regularly, and for a male pig, their tusks as well.
He's getting bigger, which makes it a little more challenging because he likes to ride the nose. So we pearl sometimes, but I try to counterbalance his weight.
Kama has grown to be a world-class surfer. Other surfers in the lineup look to the pig for inspiration. Not only can Kama hang 10, but is fearless when he gets barreled. Other pigs have attempted to surf like Kama, but most do better staying on land.
What's up, you guys? Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the farm. This is where Kama comes and helps take care of his friends when we're not surfing.
When Kama is done with a long day of surfing, he goes home to an eclectic group of friends.
What's up, Goose? You hungry? This here is Goose. She's a real good bird. Yeah, Goosey Goose. Look at her eyes. She got beautiful blue eyes. This is Mother Goose. In fact, I think she just laid an egg. Oh yeah, look, there's an egg right there. Pretty fat one. Good for a couple omelets. What's up, Turkey? His middle name's Gobble Gobble. Come here, boy. How you doing? He's kind of weird if you look at him. Kind of looks like a vulture. He's got a couple girlfriends. He's gonna have some kids, so his legacy will continue. But he's always gonna be my dog.
Kama may blend in well back at the farm, but he has shown the world that he's anything but ordinary. His resilience shows that even an abandoned swine is worthy and capable of the most extraordinary things. Surf's up, Kama!